Our next guest is going to be at MSG later this week, the mecca of Earth for sports. And he joins us now, Melvin Ejim. Welcome to Tim and Sid, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Great. Listen, we've been, full disclosure, we've been chasing you all year. You have been a tough get because you're putting up 48 points in the Big 12, and everyone wants to talk to you. So we finally got you here before some of the biggest games of your season, and we appreciate you coming on. Thanks for this today.
Oh, no problem, guys.
You guys get UConn. We were just talking about it. You get UConn at Madison Square Garden. Have you ever played at the place that I grew up calling the mecca of mecca of basketball, period?
No, I've never played there. I've been over there one time and watched a game, and it really is. I mean, that's a place you want to be. It's a place you want to play at. You know, a lot of great things have happened there, so it's just an amazing venue.
Is it a tough draw to get UConn at MSG, or has the Big 12 prepared you guys for tough roadies?
I mean, I think the tournament is just tough. I mean, when you look at it, all the teams that have made it in the tournament, it's a crazy tournament when you have Tennessee and Iowa playing against each other just to get into the tournament or into the second round of the tournament. So I think the tournament is just tough. Every team's going to be good. And the Big 12 has prepared us. I think that we've played some incredible teams, a lot of great teams. When you see teams like Baylor doing so successful, and you see all the other teams that might necessarily not have done well in the tournament but are great teams and have great records, I think it definitely prepared us. And, when you're going in and day out and you're playing tough teams and it's the close games, you prepare yourselves for situations like this, especially after, going out of 3 games and winning the tournament. It's just been a great league, and I think it's done a great job preparing us for this tournament.
Canadian Melvin Ejim, reigning Big 12 Conference Player of the Year here on Tim and Sid, Sportsnet Radio Network, pardon me, and 360. Melvin, I'm sure your coaches have told you this. I'm sure you know this. There is something weird that goes on when UConn steps into MSG. I remember some Kemba Walker moments that were kind of ridiculous. There is something in the water when that program is there, and you guys have drawn this crew on Friday night. What do you expect from a guy like Shabazz Napier, who's just been unconscious through a couple of games? What do you expect from them on Friday night?
I expect him to, try and be him. I mean, he's an aggressive player, talented player, definitely can score the ball. We have some guys on our end that we think that can play, and can match up with him. Bigger guys that we think that could do a little bit to slow him down. So, I'm sure that he's going to have a great game. He's a guy that can score, but it's all about limiting everyone else and doing our part to try and keep him under control. So we know they're a great team, well coached. So we're just going to go out and try to, worry about us, worry about how we're going to do, and worry about them trying to slow us down.
If I'm not mistaken, your team has been here in this spot before, but failed to advance beyond it. Do you think this team is different, and why?
Yeah, I definitely think this team is different. I think in the years past, we've had great teams, we've had talented teams. We've been able to overachieve, in respect to what other people believed about us. But we have a team now that definitely has shown that we can fight. We can go down to the end. We can be down. We can be behind and still claw and fight our way back and show that perseverance and grit. So I think that this is definitely a team that has the makings, and just about guys, worrying about ourselves, guys coming, stepping up, and playing well.
Melvin, how important is it, do you think, for kids just in general playing basketball, but especially Canadian kids, to look at a guy who's been in school the entire time, kind of gone through the process, excelled in multiple aspects of this process, and just show kids that it's not necessarily a sprint. It's a marathon towards a bigger goal sometimes. And I think in college basketball, things get misconstrued in that way. What kind of message do you think you're sending out there to young Canadian basketball prospects?
I think I'm trying to send out a positive message. One like a lot of things that you mentioned. For some people, it's a quick sprint, and for others, it's a marathon. And I think that when you look at it right now, there's only one freshman phenom right out there right now that's doing his thing. That's Canadian. That's Andrew. But everyone else that's Canadian has had a great career. There's me. There's Dwight Powell. There's Andrew Rachinsky. Mangisha Rope, Daniel Mullins. The list can go on about Canadian guys that are being successful, who have taken their time and who have done it the right way, are in school, getting an education, and are still being successful. So I think it just goes to show that, there's a lot of talent that's going to come out of Canada, and, being smart, getting your education, and taking full advantage of the opportunity in front of you is important. And when you have guys like me, like Dwight, like Jordan Pajinski, Murphy Bernatowski, guys like that are going on and being successful, taking their time as well, still doing well in school and on the court. It shows the positive message of how you want to, approach the college career and how successful you can be on multiple avenues.
Melvin Ejim joining us here on Tim and Sid, who played for Canada at the World University Games with a lot of those names that he just rifled off right there. We talked a little bit before you joined us about your 4-year experience and not only how you've grown as a player into one of the best in college basketball, but you did it while winning things like the Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year. And a lot of talk at this time focuses on guys that are one and done, guys that are going to make money as pros. But do you realize that you represent what a student athlete should be? And do you take pride in that?
Yeah, I definitely realize that that I'm a student athlete. A lot of people see me as someone that represents that extremely well, and that I have an opportunity, to do many different things. But I don't want other people to think that just because I'm doing well in school doesn't mean that I don't want to be a professional, that I don't have the ability to be a professional. I definitely think that I have the skill set and the ability to play professionally and play in the NBA. So, but at the same time, I have done well academically. And continue to do well academically. So it's something that I think that I pride myself in, and I think that I do just because I'm good at it, because I want to be good at it, because there's going to be a career after basketball for me. So yeah, I mean, it's something that you need to focus on, and guys and kids need to focus on because it's important. But at the same time, I definitely see myself as a professional and still think that I have the ability and know I have the ability to play professionally.
Well, you've flown on the radar of many NBA scouts with this senior year, and there were whispers for the last couple of years, but you've really blown it up. It's so interesting because we're talking to you, and you're you're a good student athlete, you're a good player. And people ask us all the time about guys like Wiggins, and who am I to say that a kid should turn down millions of dollars as a top 5 pick? Let me put you in Andrew Wiggins' shoes for a second. You're guaranteed a top 5 pick after your freshman year. Do you ever become the Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year if you're in that spot?
Man, probably not. I mean, Andrew has an incredible opportunity in front of him to go out and to be successful at a young age, and I wouldn't turn that down for anything. I think school is great. I think school is something that you can definitely come back to and do, and it's something that he could probably come back and get his degree. But not everyone's Andrew Wiggins. Not everyone's going to have the ability to be a top 5 pick, and that's the reality of it. And for those people who aren't, it's important and it's imperative that you go back to school and get that degree and make the most out of your opportunity.
All right.
Well
any young basketball prospects in Canada listening to that, you heard it officially. According to Melvin Ejim, money is the most important thing in life. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Melvin, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Year, Melvin Ejim here on Tim and Sid. Melvin, after this year, I know the focus is UConn, the focus is Friday night, the focus is Madison Square Garden, because you guys, as constituted, I mean, with all due respect to a lot of teams around you, although an Elite Eight matchup could be tough there with either Arizona or Michigan State. Virginia and Michigan State. But I digress. There will be another chapter for you soon. Once this tournament is done, there is going to be that next phase athletically that you have to look forward to. And I got to ask you, as a kid who grew up in the Toronto area, there's a lot of conversation about where the Raptors want to go as an organization, not just as bringing in tremendous talent. And you don't win Big 12 Conference Player of the Year by accident. You have tremendous talent. But there is the notion of, how Canadian do you want to make the team? How important is that from a talent aspect, from a branding aspect? What would an opportunity like that mean to a kid like you?
I mean, it'd be amazing. I mean, think about it. When you're a player, when you're a kid and you grow up, and you obviously, you want to represent your country. You want to represent your talent, you represent your people. And, if being on the Raptors would do all of those things, it'd be an amazing achievement for me. But at the same time, like you said, it would help build that awareness, that community awareness, in it, So it'd be an unbelievable experience. It'd be an unbelievable honor. But, I think that like you said, I mean, I'm focused on right now it's going to be apparent soon that I have to focus on my future. But until then, I'm just trying to focus on the season, try to, look right at UConn and hopefully whoever we got after that. So, but, it'd be amazing. You grow up wanting to play for your country, wanting to play for for especially Canadians want to play for the Raptors and be on that team. And I think it's a positive direction that they're going in, and hopefully they continue to do better. But right now, I just focusing on the season and focusing on what's in front of me. And when I get into that step, look at what I got to do then.
We had Daishan Pierre on the show yesterday, and if you were on Deadspin at all, or you're on you saw the party that was at the University of Dayton. Now, I know that Iowa State has a different basketball culture. Jamal Tinsley comes to mind. Your coach, the mayor, Freddie Hoiberg, comes to mind. Are you able to enjoy this at all, or is it just all basketball for you and the boys?
There's definitely some enjoyment. When we go to these games, we have so much support. I mean, Iowa State has such a great following, especially in so many different places, that when we went to San Antonio, it was amazing. There was so many people there. You're walking the streets, and guys are saying congratulations and great job and go all the way. And when we come back to school, there's still that great environment. But we're definitely enjoying this as a team. We're definitely enjoying it as a community. A school like Dayton it just shows how much community, how much of the importance the community is when they can come back and rally behind a school like that.
Melvin, a lot of people watching you in this country, you and Naz especially, given the fact that you're both from the Toronto area and representing down south. Continued success, and let's do this again soon, okay?
Sounds good. I really appreciate it.